let's go ahead and get into our Pigskin Pick'em first schedule prediction of the season here, going forward with the Denver Broncos. So, pretty excited about this. We're gonna go week by week as far as what we think is going to transpire. And what I will say is, if it doesn't flow as nice as we think it will, we might change it up as far as how we do things later on in future shows. So keep in mind, this is our first time on the show doing this with three people. So we're trying to kind of iron this out as we go. But we appreciate the patience and all everybody that wants to watch live as well as on YouTube. So starting off uh, at home against the Titans, I
Well,
think this is. Oh, I'm sorry, Ben.
before
Yeah.
before we do that, I knew Matt had kind of prepared a little bit about kind of the moves and everything the Broncos have done. If you want to get into that really
Oh,
quickly, Matt.
yes. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, all good. This is a team. So last season, 10-7 in the division. Third, they finished third, seventh in the conference. They of course lose with in Buffalo. You look at their statistics last year. Offensive EPA per play. Um, how do I explain? EPA per play is a very common efficiency metric. If you don't know what that is, and their offensive EPA per play, how much expected points are you adding per possession per play? That is how it is very common efficiency metric among all NFL teams. It is my favorite stat to kind of track efficiency. It's better than counting stats like your total yards and things like that. How many rush yards did you have each game? Uh, but the Broncos, with a rookie quarterback and a very limited supporting cast, finished 16th with a .011 EPA per play last year. They were they were the best offensive line last year by ESPN analytics. Their pass block and run block win rate were both first percentiles or 99th percentiles of any team last season. Their defensive EPA per play, if you knew about Denver Broncos, they were the best defense in football last year. Their EPA
Yeah.
per play was a negative .1, so per play they were legit making teams in the negative. Their pass rush win rate was second in the league, and their run stop win rate was eighth. Bo Nix, for a rookie, being 16th in EPA per play per dropback at .09 is a very
It's good.
is a strong indication of, you know, upside of what he can become if he's already 16th with the supporting cast. He had success rate 22nd, 45.3%. And then this was something interesting with him is that his pressure to sack rate was 13.4, which you want that number to be low. Like Lamar didn't win MVP, but both Lamar and Josh Allen had those percentages under 10%. Bo Nix being at 13.4 as a rookie is a very good thing. You're probably thinking, well, he gets the ball out quickly. Well, he had a time to throw of 2.98 seconds, the seventh highest in the league last year. So this was a guy who was avoiding sacks. It is a very common skill. It is what just got Brock Purdy paid all that money that you just saw. But that's last season. We get into the offseason. Two real major keeps. I kind of have these sorted out into what they kept, free agency signings, their draft signings, and then their key departures. DJ Jones, rotational defensive lineman. They re-signed him. Jaquan McMillan, he's a restricted free agent. Signed him for a 1 year. The reason I bring him up is he's likely going to get replaced by Jahdae Barron they drafted in the first round. But the last 2 years with Sean Payton, he's played over 1,400 nickel snaps. So yeah, he's a really good player that they wanted to keep around at the restricted free agent minimum. And then you get to the free agency. The Broncos signing these two players specifically, and Talanoa Hufanga and Dre Greenlaw, might have been the best values that I had seen of the entire
Absolutely.
free agency class. You sign Hufanga 3 for 39, Greenlaw 3 for 31. They signed Evan Ingram, Trent Sherfield as a depth receiver. And then you get to their draft. Jahdae Barron in the first round, R.J. Harvey in the second round, Pat Bryant in the third round, and Savion Jones, defensive tackle / end out of LSU. And then they didn't lose many departures. Cody Barton, kind of a one-for-one replacement with a Dre Greenlaw. They both have very similar strengths in backline run defense, and they're really run and hit players. Cody Barton played 1,100 snaps last year. Javonte Williams, they were willing to let walk out the door. Tremone Smith, he was a special teamer. And then Zach Wilson and Riley Dixon. This team barely lost anything. This is a 10-7 team who only got better through the draft, more young pieces. They didn't have to spend too much capital. And they made really good value signings. So the overall question I have for this team is, does the defense sustain the impact they had a year ago with being a top 3 unit? You think 2023 Browns, the Browns, the Flacco year when they went into Houston, ironically enough, these two teams share a lot of parallels except the quarterback. The Browns 2023, they were the best defense, EPA per play. They make the playoffs and they get trounced by Houston. They move on to 24th and they were 18th last year. So they dropped to a little lower than middle of the pack. Same thing happened to the Broncos. 1 game sample size, but Josh Allen, the MVP, had a 65% success rate as a drop back passer in their playoff game. For reference, the 2018 Kansas City Chiefs had a 50% success rate on the dot. They had an also .591 EPA per play. So that means every 10 plays, the Bills were essentially adding a touchdown against the Broncos and the number 1 defense last year. Another, stat reference, 2018 Kansas City, .237 in 2018.
I think that's what it all comes down to when it comes to predicting the schedule, and we'll get into it. With how they were, they were 10-7, and they did do a lot of great things, but predicting a unit, like you said, the defense, widely regarded as the best defense in the NFL this past year, predicting them to have that same success year in and year out, whether that's on the offensive side of the ball, defensive side of the ball, for any team, predicting a team to be that good every single year is where it becomes really, really tricky. And that's really where it's going to come down to it. If that defense is just as good as it was, then maybe they'll have another 10-win season. But, we'll jump into it and we'll see where everyone has them ranked. So,
yeah, let's go ahead and dive in. So, I have them beating the Titans to start 1-0. Ben, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm the same way. Again, we just talked about that defense, or Matt just talks about that defense at length. It'll be Cam's first game there. I would be shocked if they don't win this game.
Matt, what about you?
Ironically, the same, fire that Bo Nix was fed into against Seattle last year. I expect the same. I think the Broncos win this game going away pretty easily.
Yeah.
Next up, I have them beating the Colts again or not again, but again winning to start the season 2-0.
As do I. Again, this Colts team is up in the air with everything they do, and we'll get into the Colts eventually on this little series we're doing. But there's a lot of question marks, especially at that quarterback position. And again, I think that defense is going to really feast. I think the Broncos are going to win this one.
Matt?
Yeah, this is a coin flip game. I'm going to go with a loss here because it's early enough in the season. It's a weird game because you don't know who's going to be playing. I think it's so, again, it's so hard to predict the schedule because you just, if this is Daniel Jones, am I really saying this confidently? Even if it's Anthony Richardson, I don't know. But it's just a coin flip game. I'm going to take the loss here. They'll probably win a coin flip game here soon.
Yep.
All right. I have them losing to the Chargers in week 3, and they're 2-1 at this point. Ben?
Yep. If you guys are fairly new to this series, teams that I see at least close to each other within the same tier, it's hard for me to go either way, so I'll have the home team winning it when it comes to division. Chargers are the home team in this case, so I'll have the Chargers winning this. Broncos are going to lose.
All right, Matt.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Ben here. I'm just gonna echo what he says.
Awesome. Next up, I have them losing to the Bengals. They're 2-2.
Yes, as do I. I have them losing to the Bengals. I think there's just too much firepower. You can be a good defense, but there's only so much stopping you can do with Jamar Chase and T Higgins and Joe Burrow. I think they'll lose.
Matt.
I'm gonna take the Broncos here. Again, this is on Monday Night Football, so this is gonna be a fun little early game. Uh, this was a fun one late in the season last year, so yeah,
Yes.
I'll take the Broncos.
Next up, I have them losing to the Eagles. They're 2-3 for me.
Are we sure that you didn't just take my entire schedule from me here, Ryan? Yeah, of course I have them. Of course I have them losing to the Eagles. What kind of fan would I be if I didn't? So
Yeah. Matt.
Yeah, I have them losing to Philly.
not even a question. It's a stupid question.
Well, 6 days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Early comeback. I mean, you're outmatched talent wise. You're on the road.
Yeah. In New York against the Jets, I have them winning that one. Although, I'm excited to preview the Jets. This one's not in New York. This one's in London. But I'm pretty excited about the Jets this year. Obviously, my boy Justin Fields, starting over there. But I'm excited to get to them at some point as well. Ben, what you got?
Yes. This one was tough for me, especially when you're considering the travel. It is all the way out. Given the Broncos will be in Philadelphia the week prior, but the Jets are going to be in New Jersey / New York. It's going to be a little bit less travel for them. But I still do have the better team winning, despite all of the travel talk. I'm going to have the Broncos win this one.
All right, Matt.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Broncos here. Again, it's gonna be hard to imagine the Jets winning football games, but they're going to win football games. But not this one.
Yeah, not this one. And then again against the New York team, but this time against the Giants, I have them winning. They're 4-3 in my book right now.
Yes, yep. I have them sweeping the New York team. Yeah, I'm gonna have them win this one as well.
Not very high on the Giants this year, are we, Matt?
I don't think anyone is.
Well, I'm taking the Giants here, and
wow.
you guys should know why. The jet lag.
Because you
and
love
it's
Jackson
Russell
Dart.
Wilson's revenge game in Denver. He's coming back. He's gonna get it. We're taking the Giants.
You think Russell Wilson will be the starting quarterback for the Giants by week 7?
I have no idea.
that kind of factored into it for me. I think this is where I think it's probably getting close to the time we start seeing a little bit more Jackson Dart.
It depends on our own opinions, and my own opinion is Jackson Dart is so far away.
He's bad.
I can't project that guy to be playing this year, but he will.
Yep.
At home against the Cowboys, I have them losing this one. They're 4-4.
Yeah, I mean we're in lockstep here. I have them losing to the Cowboys as well.
Matt?
Yeah, I have them losing.
All right, so that means okay. And then the Texans, I have them losing this one as well. They're 4-5.
Yes, yep. I have them losing against the Texans as well. They're just, I think, the better team, but I think this is going to be another one of those close games. I wouldn't all be shocked if the Broncos end up coming away with the win here. It's one of those coin flip games, like Matt had said.
Right. I went back and forth on this one as well. Matt, what you got?
Yeah, I'm gonna have them go on a little 3-game win streak. With Houston on the road, and then Thursday Night Football, quick turnaround, but they're a superior team. And then I think they give Kansas City some fits going into the bye week. So I'm going to take them over Kansas City.
I like it. I like it.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
I have them beating the Raiders and or I'm sorry, yeah. Losing to the Texans, beating the Raiders, beating the Chiefs. So, yeah. Ben?
Finally, we disagree a little bit. For the Raiders, just got to check who the home team was. Yep, it's the Broncos. Broncos are going to win that one. I guess we're going to be a little bit different. I think the Chiefs are the better team, and I think they will absolutely win this game. So Broncos will be losing.
Okay. All right. We're okay. So, let's see. Okay, so at this point we're at the bye week. So I want to kind of refresh everybody as far as where everybody is. Right now I have them at 6-5. Ben has them at 5-6, and Matt has them at 7-5 going into the bye week. So
Hi, man. On the
in
Broncos.
Washington, yeah.
Well, how's that
in
possible?
Washington,
Wait, how do I have 7 wins? Only played 11 games.
Matt's hard, dude. Shut up. Hold on a minute. 3 and
I have
5.
them at 6
Yep.
and 5.
No, I'm sorry. Yep. You also have them at 6-5. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, 6-5. Thank God, dude, because that was gonna be tough to kind of like. I don't know. It looks weird on my side. I'm sorry. Anyways, yeah. In Washington against the Commanders, I have them losing that one. Ben, what about you?
Yes, yeah, I have them losing to the Commanders as well. Again, another very close game. But I think Jaden Daniels is just gonna have a little something extra going up against another sophomore year quarterback.
Matt?
Yeah, I made the joke last week that like the Commanders could be 7-10, and I wouldn't blink just because of what their like whole talent acquisition plan is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have Commanders win this one. I don't feel good about it, but then again, like this game is 6 months away at the time of this being recorded,
Yeah.
so it's not easy to feel good about it right now.
Yeah. So I have them beating the Raiders. At this point, they're 7-6. Ben, what do you got?
I have them losing to the Raiders. They're the away team within the divisional matchup. Yeah, I have them losing to the Raiders. Geno Smith, baby.
Interesting. Matt?
I have them beating and sweeping the Raiders this year.
Nice. I do as well. All right. At home against the Packers, I have the Broncos taking this one. Surprising to everybody. Ben?
Yeah.
It's a fun one.
To your dismay, I have the Packers winning this one. But yeah, I think this will be a fun one. And, I think at this point in the season, you have to start factoring in, injuries and whatnot. And, maybe the healthier team really prevails here. But, I'll have the Packers winning.
Yeah. Matt?
Yeah, I mean this whole prediction is going to mean something later for either one of these. They're going to lose one of these games. I just don't know which one. So
Yeah.
I'll say they beat the Packers and then lose to the Jaguars. It's kind of just like my gut feel, and that could mean something for the Jaguars down the line, having that win over the Broncos in like a wild card race maybe. But yeah.
Yeah.
I too have them
yeah.
beating the Jags.
I have them beating the Jags as well. Yeah.
Or I have the Jags winning. My bad. I have the Jags
Oh,
winning.
okay.
That is my bad. I have the Jags winning this one.
Yeah, I actually have the Broncos beating the Jags. So we're all a little different now. In Kansas City against the Chiefs, I have them losing that one. Ben, what about you?
Yes. Yep. I have them losing this one as well.
Yikes, man. All right, Matt?
Yeah, they got their one from Kansas City earlier in the year, so I'll have them lose this one.
All right. And then I have them losing the finale against the Chargers. And then I'll tell you what my overall record is afterwards. Ben?
Yeah. Yes. I have them beating the Chargers this one. Again, it goes back and forth. Who's the home team here, and they happen to be the home team in Week 18, and they're gonna win.
Matt?
Yeah, I was looking at it. They go into this in my schedule 8-8. I'll have them win it, finish 4-2 in the division. Why not?
There you go.
So I said for my overall, I said 9-8 and a wild card contender in the
Yep.
AFC. And then Ben has them going 6-11, which would knock them out officially.
Not at all. I have them
Of the
going
playoffs.
8-9.
8-9.
Yes, I have
Wow.
them going 8-9 with the wins against the Titans, Colts, Jets, Giants, Raiders, Packers, Jags, and Chargers. So I have them going 8-9.
Oh, you misled me, bud. Okay, all right, whatever. 8-9. I'll fix that later on. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Raiders.
Well, what does
we're
Matt
gonna go
have
ahead
them
and-
going?
Oh, Matt hasn't. Yeah, he said 9-8.
9-8. There you go.
Yeah. So we're all around that 500 level. It's
Mhm.
the AFC.
Sorry, bro.